from upper parking lot.
Let's go to my office that I claim.
Good.
All right. Okay.
Well, how you doing?
I could be miles fucking better, to be honest with you, but how are you doing?
Well, sorry for skipping the chain of command and coming straight to a lieutenant.
No, I don't care. This isn't about that.
I came on duty. I clocked in. I put my car downstairs. I walked upstairs, said hello to folks. And then the current chief, Moss, who I interviewed just a few days ago for a position as a cadet, pulled me aside and introduced herself as the chief. Within a matter of 3 minutes, she thanked me for the work I had done as assistant chief and demoted me to senior. She said that she will be talking to people and finding out who will be the next best assistant chief. I asked who will be taking over all my duties because I'm literally in the middle of some things.
Yeah.
And she said she will be. So you'll see a lot of docket postings updated because I won't be going to those.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough, man. That's wild.
Last night, or the night before, I was just finishing off the final SOPs for Air 1 because Beric is kind of finished. Finally got all new leaders again for Motor. As you can see, TRT is finally up and running. I have done so much work in the last 2 months. I was very disappointed in the way she handled it.
What is it? Speeding? Whatever. Speeding and
but I don't get a choice. And
No. You take it. That's all.
and I know that Beric was saying whatever he was saying. And I know that when I asked you if you were going to be chief, you said no. I just felt that everyone was just kind of covering up maybe what the real truth is, but I didn't realize this was the real truth.
Well, okay. So the reason why I said what I did and I said no was because I'm aware that things can change. But it wasn't I was put in a really fucking stupid situation, Ruby. I got called in to have a discussion with Nino while people were meeting with him about the position of chief of police. I didn't apply for it or nothing. He just called me in to talk to him about it. Asked me to identify some issues, what my plans would be as a department. So I did all of that. He then goes and talks to other people. He then comes back to me and says that he's been given loads of really good feedback. I can't remember exactly when it happened, but the entire cabinet congratulated me on the position of chief of police.
What?
And then I was
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then I was told a couple of days later that nothing was set in stone. So that blew my mind.
Oh my
then
God.
A couple of days after that, I was asked which days I was asked if I could be free yesterday for the ceremony for becoming chief of police. I said no, I'm only available Thursday, Saturday. And he said, "Oh, okay, that's fine." So again, I'm under the impression that I'm possibly being put in that position. I'm being asked all the time as well to make sure that I have a shift to assistant chief.
Okay.
I was given a load of ideas. I was given a load of people to think about. Some of them I could see the upside of, but at the same time, things then kept coming back to me where I was just like, that wouldn't make sense though. One of them was Peters.
You have eyes.
UCSO Peters.
I thought you said have eyes. No eyes.
Where I thought, okay, yeah, no, he could like balance me out with the sternness and the strictness, I guess. But then I remembered that he had active complaints against him about him calling someone a prostitute a while ago, and it was being looked into. This was like ages ago. But then there was also the incident where he had incapacitated someone by landing his boat on top of them and hadn't written a report or something about it. And then there was something else, and it was being investigated by BCSO. So I basically said, I don't really feel comfortable putting someone who is currently under investigation for their job into the position of assistant chief. Then it was, okay, what about Liam McMahon? I was like, right, okay, so I spoke with Liam McMahon, and he had some good ideas and stuff, but my concern was that Liam McMahon is like, was
The shift 3
not
cop.
active. Yeah, was not active, right?
That's what, oh my God, so
but
many
I also
things make
had
me,
been informed.
oh.
Yeah, I had been informed as well that Liam McMahon, you know, had a few choice things to say about Shift 1.
Oh my Lord, that's
A
not
while ago. It was a
nice.
long time ago. I think it was wrapped up in the whole Max thing, you know, when Denzel and Cornwood used to regularly go run into Max. And then I would inevitably find out about it because someone who'd been to a Shift 3 meeting would then say, oh yeah, people were saying this, and this about Shift 1. So I was like, okay, whatever. But what has he done to help build the department so far? And actually, when I looked at it, I was thinking, okay, so things got rough in the department and then he disappeared. So maybe I don't want someone like that as assistant chief. So I said I had my reservations about it being someone who's not around, and I was asked to go away and think about it. And so I did, and I spoke to a lot of people. And this was the really awkward situation that I was put in. I wasn't allowed to say jack shit to anyone about anything.
Okay.
But I had to have conversations with people and figure out who to put in as assistant chief, because I wasn't going to be made chief until I had a definite for assistant chief, and it had to be shift 2 because I'm shift 1. So I spoke to a lot of people. I spoke to a lot of shift 2 people. I spoke to Angel. I spoke to Anita. And then ultimately, I went forward with a meeting to pitch you for the position. And then the next thing I know, there's a new chief.
Ugh, I am so sorry.
No, you're fine.
I didn't know half of this at all.
This isn't anything to do with you. This isn't anything to do with you. I was treated like dog shit. I was told right from the beginning that he didn't want a dick sucker. He didn't want a yes man. I proposed something that he didn't like, and I guess he just yeeted me. I also got told 2 days ago by Barrick that he wanted to promote me to captain. So in the space of 2 weeks, I've been told I've been getting 3 jobs. Yeah, 3 jobs. Because at first it was chief, then it wasn't chief, then it was chief again, and then it was captain. And now it's none of them. So I guess we've both been put through the fucking mincer. Like we've just been completely fucking gutted. Like,
in regard to the captain thing, Beric literally called me yesterday before I was going to go off duty and said, I'm going to promote Viv. And we had discussed having 3 in command because we had been approved to have 3 in command again.
right.
You need to understand that at first we were told, no, you cannot bloat high command, keep it at 2. And then BCSO was allowed 3, so now LSPD can have 3.
Yeah.
But you know, and we were going to make that arrangement. So he called me yesterday and said that, and I just thought, why is he pushing it now? What is going on? I had no idea, none whatsoever. He just said he wanted to do it, he wanted to push it, and I said, okay, fine. Here's the thing for me is that I've had limited interactions with Nino. Over 2 weeks ago, he asked to speak to me up at the court centre, and I went and had a chat with him. He then said to me, you know, put a proposal together. I'd love to see, you know, what you could come up with.
Oh yeah, no, basically same as me, yeah.
Yeah, the next day, I was robbed and driven into the ocean. My phone was taken. My book was taken with all of the information and the notes that I had been putting down. I don't know if it was just coincidence or not, but anyway, I scrambled. I put something together. Now listen to this. It was 14 days ago that I went and saw Nino and proposed. We spoke for an hour and a half in front of his quote-unquote cabinet people.
Yeah.
An hour and a half we spoke. He asked me so many questions, so many things.
Yeah.
And then silence. Not a word.
Yeah.
And I decided not to hound him because I could see people were going to see him. I'm not stupid. You know, he has the same places, the court centre, the government building up at the I'm not stupid,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. No, I get you.
And about 3 days ago, I thought I'm going to text him because I don't know if you've noticed, Viv, and I should take this up the proper chain of command. Our pay is about $800, and
Oh.
nobody has noticed. And our pay is between, it might be 900, but our pay has been dropped, and he hasn't told us anything. And the reason why, well, anyway, I'll tell you about that next part. So I called him because I had a bunch of things I wanted to ask him, and Beric hadn't been around again. I wanted to ask him about jurisdiction and moving people and all that stuff. He denied my call and said, I'm currently in a meeting. I pull up to a scene and he's in the car with Liam.
Huh.
Doing a ride along. And then I start putting 2 and 2 together of all the people that have been on duty in the last week and a half, putting in extra time, putting in extra hours that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Tyler Peters doing long hours. No offense, you did crazy long hours as well.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, no, I did.
Liam, who is suddenly in shift 2 and has never been shift 2 and doesn't even know us or our processes, and he took out 2 cadets. So I'm not silly. I put it all together, but today walking in, that is the worst leadership skills I have seen. She could have just introduced herself and said I'm the chief and then spoken to me afterwards, but to demote me in the kitchen. In the kitchen.
She did it in the kitchen?
In the kitchen 2 minutes before the meeting. I walk in.
Before the meeting?
I walk in, meeting has started. What am I supposed to say when Wade goes, hey, Assistant Chief, is there anything you want to say?
No.
I'm like, no, there's not. The worst leadership skills to bump into. Very disappointing.
Yeah, well, half the city somehow knew that I had been offered. Sorry, I hadn't been offered it. I'd been congratulated on getting the position of chief of police, and now I guess this has happened. So I'm really sorry that all this shit has happened to you. I
mean, I'm sorry this has happened to you. I mean, she literally said to me that she's going to be talking to a lot of people to see who's best for the position. Thanked me for doing my work, and I said, well, who's going to take over all my stuff now? And she said, I will. She has no idea.
Yeah. I'm probably going to be right back down there with you. I've got a lot of people in shift 1 who I know, like, the last time we had someone brand new and shiny, everybody ran to tell them that it was the end of the world about everything. I'm pretty sure that it's going to happen again with obviously the new mayor, but then also the new chief of police. So,
I mean, I interviewed her to be a cadet. I found out that she was actually part of the skeleton crew. I was hired on the 3rd day. She was part of the skeleton crew and she quit.
Yeah, I got asked if I remembered her, and I was like hired, I think, like a week and a half or something stupid after everybody had come back, and no, I don't remember her. So,
anyway, I was talking to some PPOs 2 nights ago, and they were telling me how they are struggling. I said, what's going on? They said to me, well, to repair the car now is about $1,800. To get 3 lunches to get you through a 4-hour shift, is $1,000 plus tax. So you're looking at $1,200, and you need extra drinks because then you get thirsty. Yeah. And they said, we don't have enough money. So Frost and I went to the bank. We got our paychecks, and then he went back after the shift 2 meeting last night, and he estimates after taxes we're getting between $850 and $950. So again, another mayor that is not telling us that our pay is being dropped. And so I tried to call, but of course I'm not getting a reply.
Yeah. I'm surprised he wanted to talk to me, probably to let me know, oh, by the way, you didn't get the job.
Do you know she hasn't been sworn in? She's just been told she's appointed.
Oh, there's probably going to be a big ceremony for her.
Really?
Well, he wanted to do a ceremony when he was talking about when he was talking about me. So I feel like I was just used as a pawn. I put together an 8-page plan, right?
We all put.
That I wanted to,
Yeah.
that I wanted to take, and I feel like he's just taking everybody's work and is likely just gonna pass it off to whoever the fuck that is. I don't know. This is kind
Ruby asked her.
I feel completely demotivated, honestly, and I can't even begin to think how you feel. So
I don't know where I'll end up, but right now, she demoted me to senior.
yeah, you never know. Maybe she's gonna interview, and you could become assistant chief.
Let's face it, Viv, if they've pulled someone in from outside the PD who has been a ranger in Oregon, I don't know what her rank was or how many people she led, to now lead one of the biggest government, structured business or departments. I hope she has the experience.
Yeah, I would hope so too.
No one is going to, I'll tell you this, no one is going to question her. You want to know why? They're all
Why?
glazing. Everyone is
No.
glazing.
She apparently wants a meeting with me, but I've got a cadet, so I'm busy.
Yeah, and I suppose you should hear what Nino has to say.
Yeah. You know what's wild though? Is that he was insistent that I do not get that position until I had a shift 2 assistant chief. What's happening now?
Well,
There's no
maybe there's
assistant
already
chief.
one selected. How do we know?
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I'm poking my head in.
Okay, well.
Going 42. Have a lovely
All
weekend,
right.
guys.
Good night, sir.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
Good night. Sir!
Well, he doesn't know. He's oblivious.
Oh God! Don't call him sir.
Why?
Don't
You're all my superiors.
So just call us by our names.
Oh, Viv, all the things I've worked on.
Awful.
Ugh. Oh well.
Do you know what? 3 months, okay, and hopefully things can be revisited. I said this to myself throughout the whole of Max's term. I kept saying,
Shouldn't it be less than that now?
Well, yeah. Even
How
if
many
it gets
weeks
a
has he
second
been in?
term,
3
you know what
weeks?
we put up with Max for like nearly 6 months, so I'm sure we could just put up with Nino for that amount of time. Okay, well.
I'll hear Moss out. I'll see where she's gonna go. But if you tell me she has a better plan than yours and mine put together, I'm gonna be surprised. And if I hear one more person say, "Oh my God, morale! We got to pick up morale to get people on duty," you do not understand. If you think morale is the one thing,
yeah. Don't talk to me about morale right now. Like, I don't think anyone can have that conversation with me. They can't have that conversation with you. My motivation is just through the fucking floor because, like, I felt like we were working towards fixing shit up. I felt like the past couple of weeks has actually been like a bit more productive than normal, restrictions have been lifted on hires, stuff like that. We've got some more people in.
I know. Getting certs up and running, getting rifles, it's been exciting. It has been very exciting.
Well, I feel like she's having a talk with everyone because she doesn't know what the issues are, which is, I just find absolutely hilarious. How why didn't anyone just get put there? Why did it have to be someone that no one knew? Because it clearly doesn't matter about your experience or what you know about the department so far.
Well, she says she has experience as a ranger, so
but what does she
hopefully
know about the department?
I don't. Well, I understand that you can hire a chief of police from outside. I get that. It's a doable thing. But for me personally, demoting me 1 minute as I walk on duty shows a lack of leadership skills.
Yeah, there could have been like a whole ass conversation. It could have just waited.
Yeah. Another hour wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah. No, it really wouldn't have.
So I'm going to assume that after I went 42 last night, Beric was fired. I've heard nothing. I don't know, or demoted. I know nothing.
Duncan told me that apparently he's gone home to think about things. That's all I know. I found out about the new chief today when I came in and Duncan, my junior PA, said, the chief wants a meeting with you. The chief of police wants a meeting with you. And I was like, okay, what does Barrick want? And then he was like, well, it's not Barrick. That's how I found out.
Listen, I'm pretty sure that Beric probably already has an arrangement with BCSO and he could step over there at any time.
Yeah.
The difference is I'm not a country girl. I'm not going up north. This is where I live. This is it for me.
Yeah.
So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but if I don't see anything in a couple of weeks, and if I see an assistant chief get appointed that is absolutely bloody useless, I will just have to think about my position.
Yeah, no, I got it. I'm gonna be focusing on Shift 1 and just trying to help Shift 1 try and expand a little bit.
Yeah, an HOA, that's a good idea.
The wider picture is not really anything to do with me, so.
It's just going to be hard when people come to me and I literally have to say, follow the chain of command, please.
Yeah.
Anyway, just so you know, and if you want to say anything, our pay's been cut, and of course the mayor didn't tell us.
No, I appreciate you for letting me know. If I get to speak to him soon, I guess I'll talk about that and get it clarified and what it is actually at, so that
if you're the lieutenant, you can just let the new chief know. I mean, the chief should.
True, actually, yeah.
I mean, we knew we weren't going to sit at 35. Going down to 15, between 15 and 12, I could have handled. And I understand that a lot of people will say, oh, but you were on max pay. Yes, we were on max pay, but not our cadets and not our PPOs. Yeah. You know, and I've been buying food for people, but I can't keep buying food for people.
Yep. I agree.
All right. Early midlife crisis, here I come.
Yep, same.
I'll go on duty.
Just do whatever.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
No,
for talking. Yes.
No. Thank you, Ruby.
Bye.